Well then, hello to my first hobby update. I thought I would use the whole Corona thing to get a little bit back into the hobby. I do need to write my thesis actually, so it's not going to be too much, but yeah. And to motivate myself, I wanted to kind of do these videos just to keep track of what I've done, what I'm doing right now, and what's still up to come. So, let's start. I do have some stuff that is like partially painted. Like I have one of my tank busters. I showed them. Well, this is the first of this video, but I did a video way earlier where I showed off these. It's just a normal shooter boy with a bit of plastic hard rod, like tube, and a resin rocket. I have no idea where they come from. They're a friend of mine gave them to me. Do still have a bunch of them. So that's just my tank busters because it's an easy conversion and it's cheap. Then some boy that I got in a set. They had painted had Rundherder arms on there, but I don't really use Rundherders, so he's gonna be something else. But he doesn't have arms yet. One where I was a bit stupid. So I bought a bunch of looters. And this one came in the box. I painted him. And I thought, yeah, sure, fine, make it a bad moods. I don't really care for the clan colors. My clan is just, well, everything. But yeah. Problem is, this hair, he doesn't fit. There is no chance to actually put him on there unless I like maybe do something like this or whatever. It doesn't work. So I have a painted body and painted looter arms, but it doesn't work. I need to paint a new body for the arms and new weapons for this guy. One looter that is still not painted yet. Need to do that next. And just some random boy. I have a bunch of more boys, but yeah. Then I bought some more Gretchen. This black horde here. I actually modified some of them, which was a stupid idea because it took ages. And this guy has this focus legs on here. And this guy has a bigger gun now. Actually, that was by accident. I don't know if you can still see that, but while drilling out the barrel of the small pistol, which is like this type of pistol, I punctured my thumb so often and completely shredded the barrel that I just chopped it off and gave it this scarred grenade launcher. Yes, I drilled out every single barrel on these grots, and it took ages. Also, I have my little boss. I like the monopose grots actually, but I mean, if you have a bunch of them, they're lazy, they're boring. So I just took one, modified it a little bit to be like the boss grot for this, well, pile of grots. I don't know what the plural, like it's not a murder of crows, it's probably like a bunch of Gretchen. And yeah, it's just this. Sorry. And yeah, I also gave one an old Chaos Bolter. There's already some the rust thing. I forgot what the name is, but there is like a rust texture on that already. Yeah, so just Gretchen. What's also already painted partially is my war boss, like the first war boss that I'm actually doing. He's not done yet. It's just like the base colors are on there, but there's like detail work, washes and everything. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but the flash colors are wrong, because when I painted him, I still had an older flash color that I don't have anymore. So I probably need to repaint his skin. It's not that much, so I might as well do that. But yeah, he got just a black reach body with a Cha-Dao crisis suit for legs, just like for the cyborg body. Then I have a bunch of boys. I bought these pre-assembled, like primed and like not all primed, but to some degree. I will need to redo the flash on these ones because I don't have that exact color. So I will need to do that. But that's probably just a keep in stock for lazy days thing. Also, it's not all of them, but I got some of the Blood Bowl orcs, also already modified. Some I needed to modify myself, but most of them were already modified. And I'm just going to start painting them. That's the first one I've started, but not gotten very far. So that's for the infantry. It's not my whole pile of shame. I have lots more, but those are the ones that are in my paint this please box right now. Then I got some weapons options. As you can see with my warwars, I like magnets very much. I hate having to decide who carries what. So I have a lot of weapons options for everything. And there's like I have a bunch of knobs. All my knobs have magnetized arms. There's like some weapons that I still need to do. So this power claw, this backpack thingy. Also, I took one of the crisis arms and gave it I think it's from a Sentinel kit, the saw, just as a killer saw. And then there's like, I tried working with blue stuff and like this stuff here. I'm not good with it yet, but this like, I think it's a heavy bolter that actually works. Not great as you can see, but I mean for orc weapons it will work. And that's just the majority of stuff that's on my vehicles is just like blue stuffed, these things, because it's way cheaper. Also, what you can see later, I am building a Death Dread. Actually, I'm building two. And I've also magnetized those weapons options, and I've done something else. Because, let's maybe show you my Death Dread. I make everything removable again. First thing first, I didn't like the size of the original Death Dread because it's way up here and it looks flimsy as hell in my eyes. So I gave him the Redempted Dreadnought shoulders. I actually really like how that looks. I modified them, of course, but yeah. Else it's just a Death Dread. But magnets won't work here, because if it would be a magnet, everything that would happen would be this. The arm just would fall down. And I found a video of a guy, might put links in the comments if anyone wants, that uses these audio jacks for like attaching arms, mainly for using electronics. And I'm definitely going to do that at some point. But for now, they're just my new attachment method. It's not a perfect fit because the jacks, the female inserts, I guess, are a little bit too long. So I need to file them down at the end for a standard size Death Dread. But if you have those in, you can just push the arm in, position it around, and it works flawlessly. It's really awesome. That's gonna be my next big project to paint, which is annoying because I hate painting robots and vehicles because I never think they look right with me. Oh, also, I didn't like the big exhaust over here, so I gave him these Knight, I think plasma weapon power cells, because I like them way more. But yeah, that's this guy. And I have to like assemble a few more arms for him. That's just, right now I think these two are the only ones that are actually paintable, primed and everything. But yeah, this is, I have actually no idea what kit this is from. I think a Mauler Fiend, not sure. I'm just using this as a secondary scorcher because it looks kind of funny. And that was actually my test thing. If my drill was the right size for the audio jacks and if everything worked, because I didn't want to ruin like this arm. Alright, And coming to the next things, staying with the death threat actually. Oh yeah, for the like ranged weapons, I made these. That's the weapon mount that usually goes in here, and I just put it on a, like, again, plastic hard tubing, gave it a audio jack, so he can now have weapons on the outside. It's not fully pushed in that yet, that's why it looks a little bit out of place, and it's a bit flimsy. Not too sure if I'm gonna stay with this method, but for now that works. And now he can have stuff on the arms, and I kind of think it looks funny, but it's a bit too flimsy here. I might need bigger arms, or what I might also just do is when I build new arms for him, just put a magnet in here and take these as like attachments for the arm. I'm thinking about doing that. Also, I have a few killer can arms, so I might just use them. So I bought a big pile of bits. Got them really, I don't know if it's cheap, but I got them. And there is a bunch of Dev Dread and Killer Can bits in there. But of course only the arms, not the bodies. So I need bodies. Now buying a Killer Can set or a Dev Dread set just for the body is kind of useless, because there are also arms in there and I have arms already. So here's where this guy comes in. This is my first attempt at actually scratch building something. I have converted stuff before and you will see some of that, but I haven't scratch built anything. This was my first try. It looks like my first try and I know that, but I mean, you have to start somewhere. What this is, it's just I took out like the profile is one piece. This plate here. I just cut out something that I thought looked funny, drilled holes in there where I wanted the arms to be, drilled out another, cut out another one, and stuck the jacks in there. They're actually not working perfectly here. I'm not sure what actually happened, but the jack doesn't fit in all the way. Might not see that, but there's this gap. Not sure what happens there, but it fits for me. They're not falling down, which is with this one again the point. I haven't put any electronics in here. But yeah, so it's just main hull is scratch build. The tank threads are from a Taurus kit. I had them laying around from something else. And then he just got a few bits and bobs. These are some 3D printed parts that I tested at some point. I don't have my own 3D printer, but I worked at a place that had one. And I was in charge of it, so I printed a lot of shit. Yeah. So that's like my building project right now. It's not completely finished. Like this space here still needs something. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it, because I don't have much more of this like edge band, and I don't want to waste it on this. So there are two more projects I need to show you, and then there is the payoff of this video, I guess. One, talking about conversions, is this. This is a Mengtoon Panzer III, I think, that I built and converted to an Ork looted wagon, or maybe Grot mega tank, probably, because it's too big for Grot tanks, it's too small for a looted wagon. It's not completely finished yet, and I'm really not sure about the paint job. I don't like it. But yeah, again, these power cells are blue stuff, like blue, it's milliput in a blue stuff mold. It's not my finest work, but it works for here. And again, magnets. Actually, can maybe show you this, but there are some more magnet spots on this just for added weapons. It's really hard to align this when you're looking through the view of the camera. But yeah, that's nice. I needed to rebuild the whole tank tread because it was rubber and it didn't work, and it looked like they were kind of slanted inwards here, which just looked completely stupid. So I rebuilt them completely with like a very thin strip of plastic card that I put on the thing here, and then just added these treads. It's not perfect, but it was a first try and it works well enough, I think. Next big project. I have showed it off in an earlier video. I got a Valkyrie from a friend and I needed some flyers, but the Valkyrie is really big, and it looks, I mean, taking the Valkyrie and just orcifying it would be fine, but that was kind of a waste of bits in my view. So I took the Valkyrie, just took the body without the wings, and added a rotor on the top, so it's now my Cha-Dao quadcopter. What I did then is I took the wings, glued them together. This is still his paint job. I just added some stuff here and it's not painted yet. And here I added some things, just like orky plates and a lot of magnets. Like there are also magnets in here, but they're already primed. These I put in after priming. So I had wings, and I think they look fine. They actually still stand. Like it can feasibly land, which was important to me. But I needed something else. I told you that I worked at a place with a 3D printer, and long ago we did something and we needed to hold a motor in place, so we printed a motor holder. But we had some failures, so I had a lot of parts left. So what this here is 2 of these failed prints, which are essentially just cylinders. Yes, there is this big gouge in here, but this is not going to be visible in the end. I took some, I have no idea what this is. I just found it at some point and it looks like jet engines. It is probably just to plug some hole in like furniture or something. I built a little insert for the flying stand, bought a new one for that, added bits and bobs in here. And this is just a mounting place on the thing. Also, I got a helicopter from a friend and converted this one to be the pilot of the whole thing, with like some added bits on here. I tried to do like weld lines here, not sure if that works, but yeah. So if you put everything together, it's essentially this, and this has become, it's gonna be one of my like Dakar Jet, Burner Bomber, I don't know. My flyers are all not specialized. I have one specialized Dakar Jet because it's the Red Baron, essentially. But yeah, this one will probably be rather quick because I'm going to leave his paint style on here. I'm just gonna wash it and everything. So if I play against him, I can show him like, yeah, this was yours, this is mine now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this yet, because I think it should be like an orky, like it looks orky, but I don't want to make it too separate from this because then it looks kind of off. But yeah, this is gonna be the next like bigger project. Alright, but now, while I do mainly orcs, I don't only do orcs. So I have your present, I guess, for watching through the whole thing. I bought the first and third issue of the Conquest set, and I built a little Primaris kill team with it. I hate Primaris and Space Marines and everything, and painting them is absolutely infuriating. But yeah, I just wanted these to not work on orcs for a while, and this was my work for the last weeks. This was actually the first one. I modified them a little bit, like he has this chain pistol bayonet because fuck you, that's why. Yeah, I try to be a little bit more careful with these because my orcs tend to look a little bit sloppy. And it's really nice. I kind of liked it. But again, I hate painting Marines. They're too clean for me. Also, I actually fucked up the leader of the Reaver set because this is the leader body, but not the leader head. And the leader that has a normal body, which is a little bit confusing, but well. So he also has the wrong arm here. And this arm actually should be pointing downwards, I think. But yeah, it's fine. It started as a quick and dirty, like, just do, but yeah, I started to get invested with it. And as you can see, they look a little bit different. Everyone has a little bit different beige patches here. They're not exactly raptors, but they're like in that corner, so they know about camouflage. They use that, and this is just to not give enemies a like distinct, like, okay, this is from this chapter or whatever, to not see a distinct pattern somewhere. It's not really logical, but I thought it looked fun, and I was not gonna paint the same pattern all the time. Yeah, actually this was one of my favorites because with the rest I built them before I painted them, which was a horrible idea. With him I had to at least take the arms out because else I wouldn't have been able to paint this. So he was a lot easier. And then the shafts, actually I built them yesterday, painted them yesterday. It's my first time painting faces, so be aware of that. And I hate it already. And this is my normal Marine, like the Intercessor Sergeant. The eyes are just horrible. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I don't want to have it stay like that, but I don't know what I should be doing. Like I did the whole, it looks too insane. I don't know. Maybe I'm just putting a wash over that to take it a bit down again. And this is the Reaver Sergeant. Focus, you damn thing. And with him I decided that his mask was also over the eyes, which isn't the case, but doesn't matter. So we got these like glowing red eyes, which you don't really see, but they're red. Also, I hate these face masks. They just don't work for me. But yeah, this is my pile of shame and what I did. So this is my little update. This first video will be is a little bit longer than the next one's gonna be. Next ones will also always just gonna be like, hey, this is what I did. Not sure how often I'm gonna do them, but yeah. I hope it was interesting to see. This is what I'm doing right now. There's probably gonna be another video for my other hobbies because Warhammer isn't my only hobby. But yeah, it's just for me to pass the time. So I hope you liked it. See you next time.